Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the video, and today we're playing Roblox Arsenal, and the third tip is FOV. So I think I'm on 120 at the minute, and for me it's not too bad, but I would recommend going like a little bit lower, just because it gets hard to see stuff at 120. But basically, you want an FOV that's not too far out, but you can see stuff around you, but it's not too far out to hit headshots. So I'd say between like probably 90 to 120, but it depends like how good you can see stuff. Like if you can play at 70 and you feel like you can see stuff just fine, then of course move up. I'd say just like go slowly and make sure you spend time finding the right FOV rather than rushing it and getting one that like isn't right, because I don't think talk about how people don't talk about how important FOV actually is. Like often FOV will just like be ignored. Like if someone like feels like they're playing really bad, they'll think it's like something else, whereas it could just be like the FOV. And another thing about FOV is it's really weird. The like one day it can be like absolutely fine, but then the next, like you can't see anything. Like always changing. So I'd recommend like going back to your settings to like change your FOV. Maybe like not daily, but like quite often, like maybe like once a week. Or like if you just start playing really bad, the first thing you should be checking is your FOV, because that can have quite a big impact on your gameplay. Like if you're not hitting as many headshots, you're not gonna do as well compared to someone that like hits most shots as headshots. And that's all there really is to say about FOV. It's kind of a really small topic. Um, but so you want to find the right FOV, but you don't want to rush it because it can impact. It's got more impacts than people say it does. Like FOV can like affect how well you are at hitting headshots. Um, it can affect like how you look at the game. Like it can make you think that you're going faster in that bad. It can make you feel like it. Another thing is when you're like on the golden knife or just trying to knife someone in general, FOV kind of like meshes things up, and you'll think you're behind someone or like they're in front of you, but actually you're they're behind you, and then they get a backstab, go down a level, and then you've got to get a golden gun kill again. Sorry, so it is sometimes annoying, and it makes you like not aware of what's like behind you. So that's a massive impact. And say like peeking around this corner, I can kind of see like the top end of my knife, see if like there are any enemies pushing around there. Now I can still see kind of up the stairs a bit, not much. It's not absolutely game changing, but you can still see like quite a bit. Like say if I face here, I can still see like through that window. So I've basically got most of my sides covered. So You want to have an FOV that's wide enough to the point that you can see around you, but then not too wide where it ends up like affecting your gameplay and making it harder to aim. And this has got to be like, I'm playing so good right now. Yeah. FOV also helps with other things like just knowing where people are. Like, if you've got a wider FOV, you're gonna, of course, see more. But then that also means that you can see someone like further away, and then remember where they are to go back to them later. A higher FOV also just looks kind of cool. It looks like you've got massive arms. Shorter FOV, it feels like you're sat right up to your screen. Oh my days, bro. I've not hit a headshot with that gun in like so long. I'm actually like insane. There we go. Alright, I felt really good then. But yeah. So you want to pick an FOV that's not too game changing. Like, I'd say once you get used to it, 120 FOV is alright, but I'd still work up. If people are like still playing on what 70 FOV, just change it. It's like the best difference you can possibly get. Oh my days, my aim is so bad right now. Ooh. I've got those glass there. Oh my days. What shot? Like, FOV's not bad if you're like in the habit of using scopes when you've got them. But when you're trying to get headshots with normal guns that don't have scopes, it gets way harder because you're not going to be able to see them as well. Oh, the invisible walls. There are so many like invisible walls just randomly placed. So annoying. Like, I don't even think it's an Arsenal issue. I think it's like Roblox in general. Like, I'll just be trying to shoot someone, and I'll be missing like every single bullet because of an invisible wall. But I was going to say my aim's amazing until I just blanked every single shot just there. Like, with high FOV, the first like day, you're gonna feel like you're running at like 200 miles an hour, but then after a while it calms down and you get like more used to taking. It feels like the game's going slower than it normally does, which can like throw you off a bit, but just switching to a higher FOV is like just a good trade in general. Oh, imagine I hit that, bro. So if you're not like anything above 100, I'd say is like a good enough FOV to you start like learning how to play the game fast without actually having to speed up your gameplay. So like if you're trying to learn like to get faster, like switching your guns and whatever, definitely use a higher FOV. It's game changing. like, don't always think that, oh, just because you've got a higher FOV, like, you know exactly where you are. Sometimes it's going to be the case that with a higher FOV, you're of course further back from like where your body actually is. So you could think that you're like a certain distance away from the enemy, but actually you're a couple studs closer. Which, like, a few studs, yeah, not that big of a difference, but and a stud is relatively small, but over time, like the higher FOVs that you get, it builds up, and then if you can't manage it well, it just gets out. Whoa, what a headshot! Just gets like out of hand really quickly. But this has been like an amazing game, probably one of my like, best games. Like, not even that fast, but like I've just played amazing. Alright, so I am going to end this video here. I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.